If your kitchen knives are dull, you aren't just making cooking harder, you're making it more dangerous. A sharp knife gives you control, precision, and confidence. In this video, I'm reviewing the best sharpener for kitchen knife, all tested by me and ranked from 10 to 1. These are sharpeners that stood out for their ease of use, consistency, and real-world performance. Make sure to subscribe if you find this helpful, because I cover hands-on kitchen gear weekly. Also, all the products mentioned are linked in the description, so check them out for their latest prices. Now then, let's begin. At number 10, we have the Kitchellence 4-in-1 Knife Sharpener. This one offers a complete sharpening system with 3 different slots. One for repairing damaged blades, one for restoring the V-shape, and another for polishing. It even comes with a cut-resistant glove, which is a small but thoughtful bonus. I used this sharpener on a 10-inch chef's knife that had some minor chips in the edge. Running it through the coarse slot a few times removed the imperfections, and the fine slot gave it a surprisingly smooth finish. Compared to the Longzon 4-in-1, the handle on this one felt more stable and comfortable during repeated strokes. The pros include user-friendly design, stable grip, and multiple stages. The cons are plastic build and not for serrated knives. At number 9, we have the Longzon 4-in-1 Knife Sharpener. This one is very similar in structure to the Kitchellence model, featuring slots for coarse sharpening, medium grit, and fine polishing. The 4th slot is designed for scissors, which I tested on my kitchen shears, and it worked surprisingly well. I sharpened my paring knife with this sharpener, and the blade felt razor sharp after just a few passes through each slot. Compared to the Kitchellence, this one had slightly less resistance in the coarse slot, which made it feel easier to use but also a bit less aggressive in edge restoration. The pros include scissor sharpener, compact size, and smooth action. The cons are lighter weight and lower grip stability. At number 8, we have the Sharp Pebble Orange Ninja Knife Sharpener. The standout feature here is the abrasive material, which uses high-quality tungsten carbide and ceramic rods. It is built to handle straight edge and serrated knives, which immediately gives it an edge over many others in this range. I tested it on a utility knife that I use almost every day. After about 5 strokes in the coarse slot and a few more in the fine slot, the blade was slicing through tomatoes effortlessly. It felt like a high-end sharpening experience in a very affordable package. When compared to the AccuSharp, the Orange Ninja gives more consistent edge retention and feels more durable. The pros include premium materials, sharpened serrated blades, and fast results. The cons are bright color and large footprint. At number 7, we have the AccuSharp Knife Sharpener. This is one of the simplest handheld models out there. It uses a V-shaped tungsten carbide blade and only requires you to draw the sharpener across the blade edge. I used this on a budget stainless steel chef's knife that had gone dull after weeks of use. After just 4 passes, I noticed a dramatic improvement in sharpness, although the edge was not as refined as with the Orange Ninja. The handle has finger guards, which gave me some confidence while using it, and it is dishwasher safe. Compared to the Sharp Pebble, the AccuSharp is more compact but offers less finesse. The pros include one-hand use, affordable price, and easy cleaning. The cons are no fine slot and limited angle control. At number 6, we have the Smith's CCKS 2-step knife sharpener. This is a pocket-sized sharpener with crossed carbide blades for coarse sharpening and ceramic rods for honing. I brought this one on a camping trip and tested it on a folding hunting knife. It worked better than I expected for something so compact, giving me a functional edge after just a few strokes on each side. Back at home, I used it on a smaller Santoku knife and got similar results. Compared to the Presto 8800, it is far less powerful but way more portable. The pros include great portability, quick sharpening, and affordable price. The cons are not versatile and fixed angle. At number 5, we have the Presto 8800 Ever Sharp. This electric sharpener features 2 stages and uses sapphire sharpening wheels. The first stage grinds a new edge, and the second hones it to razor sharpness. I ran my forged 8-inch chef's knife through the Presto 8800 and was genuinely impressed by the uniformity of the edge it produced. It was fast, quiet, and left a polished, even finish When I compared it with the Smith's CCKS, the Presto delivered far more consistent results and required less effort. The pros include fast operation, electric power, and even results. The cons are bulky design and no angle adjustment. At number 4, we have the Sharp MK2. This one is a more advanced system that features flexible abrasive belts and precision guides. It is powered and has an adjustable sharpening angle, which made it extremely useful for tuning specific blade profiles. I tested this on a high-carbon Guto and a thick German utility knife. Both came out sharper than when I sent them to a professional service. There is a bit of a learning curve, but once I figured out the technique, the results were mind-blowing. Compared to the Chef's Choice 15XV, the MK2 feels more customizable and better for diverse knife collections. The pros include adjustable angles, belt-based system, and excellent finish. The cons are learning curve and high price. At number 3, we have the Chef's Choice 15XV Edge Select. This is a premium electric sharpener designed to convert and maintain a 15-degree edge, which is common in Asian-style knives. It features diamond abrasives and a 3-stage sharpening process. I used this sharpener on a thin Japanese slicing knife, and the results were exceptional. The blade went from dull to scary sharp in under a minute. What really stood out was the smooth, almost mirror-like finish it gave the edge. When I tested it alongside the Sharp MK2, I found the Chef's Choice to be more foolproof, but less versatile in terms of blade angles. The pros include sharpest edge, diamond abrasives, and 3-stage design. The cons are expensive and fixed angle. At number 2, we have the Presto 8810. This is an upgraded version of the 8800 with more power and a finer edge finish. It uses precision guides to position the blade properly and a 2-stage sharpening wheel. I tested this on both a budget knife and a high-end forged knife and got equally impressive results. The edge it produced was incredibly consistent and surprisingly smooth for a unit at this price point. In direct comparison with the MK2, the Presto 8810 was faster but offered less customization. The pros include fast performance, clean edge, and auto guides. The cons are fixed angle and no serrated support. At number 1, we have the Sharp Precision Adjust. This is a guided sharpening system that gives you full control over the sharpening angle, abrasive grit, and pressure. It uses a clamp to hold the knife and a rotating abrasive arm to make sharpening precise and repeatable. I used this on 4 different kitchen knives, including a santoku, paring knife, and a boning knife. Every blade came out with an edge that looked and felt professional. It takes longer than an electric model but gives you full control, and that is where it wins. Compared to the Chef's Choice 15XV, it is slower but far more customizable. The pros include precision control, adjustable angle, and repeatable results. The cons are slower process and requires setup.